the first quarter, I would say. We got 2 months now. We got a little break till the new releases start. The biggest Xbox title for 2025 so far is now out officially after a long journey. I still think back to the initial reveal trailer of this at E3, not E3, June Showcase, not that far back. And I've mentioned before the roller coaster ride kind of how this game is. It appeared, it's gone for a while, it's back with a new coat of paint, and now we're here after a delay. Avowed from Obsidian is out. Top level thoughts, because I want to break this down into sort of groups so both of us don't go into our rambles we like to do with stuff. How has your time with Avowed been so far? How much you put in? Where are you at?
Yes. Yeah, I'm about 20 hours, just shy of that so far in. I've gotten to about I'm in the second region. I don't know, I would say not even close to halfway through exploring and doing the stuff within that region. Yeah, I remember either on Discord or I forget if we were on stream or whatnot, talking to you and saying, I don't know, something about Avowed which wasn't hitting after the first night. I played about 3 hours and then got up, got some water, and I didn't really want to keep playing that first night. I was like, I'm not going to force this. I'm just going to take a break. And I was like, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy. That's unfortunate. I don't know. I couldn't really pinpoint why. I might have been tired, honestly, but I do think it does start slow. But as of right now, after that, putting in more than 3 hours, dude, this game's sick. This game is a ton of fun. The story is interesting. We'll talk more about that. But yeah, it starts slow, but now I get it, and I am into it, running around as a super fast guy, up my dexterity. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the combat for sure, and the world itself. I think the world is beautiful. Level design and all that, stunning. So much grounded with all the routes going around the map. I'm like, look at you, Obsidian. Just look at you.
Cool. Yeah, I'm only 10 hours in. That is wild. Here you got 20 so far on your end. Yeah, I had very much a similar sort of start where it was on Discord. We sent messages back and forth, and after that first night, 3.5 hours in, I looked back, and Hannah asked me, she's like, "So what do you think so far?" And I just told her, I was like, I don't know. I was so pulled in so many directions after that initial start that I was kind of in the same place. I'm like, I'm not really in a rush to get back to this. A lot of that is due to how I mentioned how I think back to when this game was revealed, and this has been, as far as content wise and coming into the podcast and reviewing, quote unquote, this has been the hardest game I've had to look at so far because it fell into the realm of Kingdom Hearts 3 for me, where it had, in my mind, built up such high of expectations that it was never going to reach those. And I had to come back to it that second playthrough or the second time and since then, and really look at it differently and tone down what I'm expecting from this. And it's solid. I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying everything I'm doing to varying degrees. I'm surprised by a lot going on. I'm surprised by the amount of traversal and sort of motion and just climbing and the different layers to regions you're in. I'm surprised by how in-depth combat can be. I'm surprised by just the scenery and landscapes they've done. Beautiful game across the board. Everywhere I look, I'm like, I want just background video of this or background screenshots like you have in your little window there. But yeah, it's gonna be hard placing this, I feel, at the end of the year for me as far as games looking ahead that far, because it's gonna be something I need to return to and just keep coming back to and chipping away at.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's something special about it. It's funny that like we both had the same roll up. It's definitely, I think I saw a lot of similar sentiment in different reviews and people posting about it. It's kind of slow in the beginning, but I wanted to look up and make sure I remembered it correctly. The achievement you get when you step off from that first section is you've got it from here. And yeah, the game I chuckle because I'm like, Obsidian knows like, hey, hands off, you guys can now do whatever you want. You have quests, you know, we have a direction, we have our story. It's not a wide open scope. There is direction in the story to go, but like, hey, you've got it from here and you're good to go. And it does drop you off. And I think that was where kind of was like, all right, that's my issue with open world games in general, is the sense of what do I do now? And if the story hasn't hooked me or the gameplay or the activities haven't, I struggle with open world games. But so at the beginning, I think that's what it was, and I didn't figure out the combat for a little bit. I didn't find something I liked, but once you started upgrading and got into it, yeah, the flow really got there. I would say honestly, once I came back after the first 3-4 hours I played, it clicked after that second playthrough and discovering the world, and it just a beautiful thing. And what they achieved with Unreal Engine 5, I'm not sure if you looked at or watched Digital Foundry's breakdown of it, but what they do with Unreal 5 and the nanites and how they're leveraging the different systems and not just like, I mean, there's like craft and artistry behind what they're doing, it sounds like, and it's fascinating. The nanites, which, like when you get pop in, right? Instead, like, it just is like no pop in. It just gets more detailed, and it's like that's Unreal 5, but they're also mixing different systems with Lumen and ray tracing, and it's fascinating, very fascinating what they did to get this game to work, not only on Series X, but what they can do on PC, but also Series S. Like the comparisons, I haven't played on my Series S. I now want to because I just watched that Digital Foundry breakdown. What they did is like really interesting of like how to get it to work on the Series S and still run.